We are here at 9338 Swinton Avenue. Just stuck the camera in to inspect the cast iron lining underneath the house, the interior that is. I went in the crawl space and I exposed a little bit of the cast iron to see the exterior condition of the cast iron. The exterior condition is in good condition, so now we're going to check in the interior condition of the cast iron. Please note that you'll notice on your bottom right of the screen, you'll notice how many feet we're in. So we're currently 0 feet in. We're just going into the horizontal of the sewer line, and we're going to go all the way to the clay where it exits the house, so you can see the condition of the cast iron. Also note your top left corner says the time. The time is not accurate. It is now, I believe, 12:30. The date is obviously not 2011, so disregard that. The date is 7/18, I believe, 7/18/20. So I'm just letting you know that this is not an old date. Just the software's been a little funky on this camera lately. But anyways, we're gonna inspect the line and see how it looks. So far, this is definitely original cast iron. There is a little bit of roughness on it. Nothing that I would see. This would be to be expected with this age of piping, but this isn't really that bad of debris on the cast iron. I'm not really seeing that much that would catch any debris. Now again, whenever you're flushing down a toilet, you only throw down toilet paper. Toilet paper does, even if it gets stuck, disintegrates. Baby wipes, tampons, anything like that, paper towels should not be going down even a brand new sewer line. So for example, if a line is 100% replaced, 100% smooth, I have had people back it up because they throw tampons, baby wipes, etc., just because no line is designed to handle those kind of materials. So keep that in mind. And again, this is to be expected with cast iron. A little bit of roughness. Nothing that I'm seeing of concern that would catch anything. Pretty smooth. There is a lot of discoloration on it, but again, to be expected on this age pipe. This is the transition. This is as it exits the house, and you can see that's the clean out near the air conditioning unit. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to run the camera from that clean out outwards so we can see how it looks from there forward. Okay guys, I thought I hit record on the second portion, but I didn't while I was running it through this line from the clean out from the air conditioning. However, we made it all the way to the city connection. There is some roots at the transition. When I'm pulling out the pipe, or rather the camera out of the pipe, I'll be explaining everything on the way back so you can get a visual. But I was able to pass the roots no problem, but there is roots at the 4x6 transition, which I'll mention that once I see it, and let you know my thoughts. But we looked at the 6-inch line, but this is the 6-inch line pulling back. You can see that water down there, that's the water where the your neighbors basically connect to also. So that all that water you see running is from your neighbor's use of water, or multiple neighbors' use of water. That's the drop down for the city. Looks good. Don't see any concerns on it. Saddle looks good. No cracks. There's a little nub of root at this little transition here, but that's very minor. No major shift on it. Not even a 1/4 of an inch shift. So that's not going to cause any issues. All smooth clay, no cracks, no shifts so far. And this is the root right there, and the shift at the root. And that's the transition from a smaller pipe to a larger pipe, right where they grown in. And that's where they commonly like to grow in, is right at that transition, because that's where the clay over the years does tend to crack easily. Okay, so the 6-inch line looks good. I don't really see any reason that the 6-inch would even have to be touched. It's in near perfect condition. Definitely the original line, but again, no reason to touch it. Now we're in the 4-inch clay. Pulling back, here is a sharp bend there. But this looks good too. Again, it is the original clay, but no shifts other than the 4x6 transition where the roots were growing. But other than that, pretty good. Let's see. Here is a root section, right at a maybe a bend. I'm going to just pause the video to see where this little root is. Okay, where this root is, it's like 2 feet in front of the entryway of the pool equipment shed or closet, whatever you want to call that area. So a little root growing in there at that little turn you see. And get a little water running so I can clean my lens so we can see a little clearer. Okay, I should see a little clearer now. So there's a root in front of us. Water subsiding. Turned off the water. There is a shift at this joint here. You can see this one is pretty pronounced. And that's where the root's not growing from the joint, but from that, how do you say, that same connection, you see the root further ahead in the distance. And let's pull back. Little shift there. The shift doesn't look bad though. And then again, this is the original 4-inch clay, which this area looks good. And now we're coming out of the clean out. So line in its entirety is about 66 feet, 67 feet from the clean out to where it connects to the city sewer, which is rather long considering that you are so close to the alleyway, but I'm assuming it's because they had to go around the pool for some portion. However, it is a little strange as how long it is, considering that the alleyway is so close to the clean out distance-wise. But anyways, closing thoughts here. Let me pull this out real quick. That we can see. There's a clean out, the air conditioning, the pool area. There's me. If I'm upside down, I don't know. So closing thoughts is basically cast iron underneath the house is the original. Basically, well, everything that I'm seeing here is original. Nothing's been replaced. Nothing's been touched. Cast iron looks as good of condition that cast iron could be based off the age. There is a little bit of roughness, but I've seen far worse condition cast iron than this cast iron. This would be a pretty good condition cast iron, considering it's definitely not perfect, but good condition cast iron considering the age. Um, there's no roughness to even grind out, so there is a special machine that I have in the cases where cast iron is rough to smooth it out and make it as good of condition as could be. In this case, I wouldn't even be able to grind it because there's not really anything to grind. So the roughness is very minuscule, very normal. So even if you were to put brand new cast iron pipe, for example, uh, you would be at this kind of roughness within 5 years or so. So cast iron just naturally does get rough over the course of a few years. But this cast iron, which is good, didn't get that much roughness. I don't know the age of the home particularly, but let's assume it's 50 years at least. 50 years worth of roughness. This I wouldn't even say that this is 50 years worth of roughness. This is more like based off other properties. Like I said, 5 years of brand new cast iron starts to look kind of this same condition. So that's good. That means that nothing got caught up over the years and created rough patches throughout. The original clay that you saw just right now from the clean out, again, really good condition considering that it's original, very smooth, a couple of shifts. The main concern I would say would be the large shift that you saw just a moment ago where the root was. If anything, I would say to saw cut, jackhammer that little area of cement to dig down and replace that turn to get rid of that shift and also that root that's growing in. Again, that root isn't very big, so the root's not really my concern. It's more of the shift, and again, that root will worsen over time. More than that is a transition from the 4-inch pipe to the 6-inch pipe where the large amount of roots was. Again, the 6-inch pipe past that point looks perfect. You don't want to touch that because even if you replace it or sleeve it, it's going to be in just as good condition as it is now. So no need to touch that. The only thing I would recommend is dig down where the 4-inch pipe transitions to the 6-inch pipe where that large root is and change out that section because there's a shift there and then there's that big old chunk of root. So we would basically take care of the root intrusion so future roots won't grow from that point anymore and get rid of those edges that things can possibly or potentially get caught on. But that would be my only two recommendations for this line. In my opinion, I really don't think it's a necessity to change this pipe because even with a brand new pipe, you're not going to be in a much different situation other than getting rid of that shift and those roots, which you can accomplish by just digging down in those two areas and repairing, which I will provide a written estimate for cost-wise, and that'll be it. Any other questions or concerns? My number, 818-271-8972, which I also will provide on the email, and a brief description of what I did also today, a little bit what I explained on this video, but this video is definitely your go-to as far as information goes, because obviously I can talk better than I can write. So that's it. Thank you. Have a good day.